Hey, y'all. What's up, Ron? Hey, what's up, DJ Wood? Hey, guys, I'm just waiting on to hear back from Hayden. I haven't heard from him. I'm assuming the guy is super busy, so he may have just gotten caught up with something. He also has a live show called Trigger Warning that he does at 5, which is an hour from now, so, you know, he may just not have time. We're not going to watch The View. You're going to watch me make a video roasting The View. While we wait. I'm actually waiting on a couple people. Might have another guy here who typically shows up to my chats. He makes music. 1 second here. Yeah, SJG Perspective. He's got a video that he made. Actually, I'll probably go ahead and show it. But he may be on to talk if Hayden doesn't show up here. Let me find it here real quick. Have it bookmarked somewhere. Well, maybe not. I could have sworn that he linked me with it, but I can't find it. Oh. Anyway, yeah, I'm making a video about The View, making excuses for this infanticide bill that just failed. Thanks to all the Democrat presidential candidates who all voted against it. Basically, it was a law stating that if a baby is born after a botched abortion and the baby's born alive, that you must give it medical care and, you know, sustain him, save its life so it lives, instead of just letting it die or letting it starve, or just, I don't know how they end these babies' lives, but so basically we're just talking about murder here. Apparently murder is legal in some cases, and this would be one of them. And so, of course, the left thinks that they've, you know, won something here, but I have a feeling it's not going to work out so good for them in the end. I don't think most Americans support infanticide. So I'm just doing, these women are just ridiculous, especially this one. I cannot stand Sunny Hostin. Not that I watch the show or anything, but... Whoops. There. What happened to the TeamSpeak? Drew, hey, well, what was happening was, basically, TeamSpeak was updating, like, every day, it seemed like. We don't know why, but it was updating, like, every single day, and every day we had to redo. It just would wipe everything. We'd have to redo the channel. So we figured, why are we paying for this? We can just do, the other one, Discord, for free, so... Yeah, this guy, SJG Perspective, on YouTube. If you're listening, bud, get on here, because my guest for today has not called me. I'm not sure if he's going to be available or not. I'm going to pull up his video. I suggest you all sign up, subscribe to him. Whoa. So he's got the Jesse Smollett tribute video, and I'll go ahead and show you that real quick here. He makes all of his own music. I do recommend you guys check him out. He's a really talented guy. Internet God, oh yeah? I'd like to see that, actually. Yeah, I'll just point out, though, that Don Lemon said it was Trump's fault that any of this happened in the first place. It was Trump and his supporters that caused the fake hate crime. Yeah, actually, anyway, I recommend you guys head on over to SJG's channel. Check that out. He makes a lot of videos like that. Real talented guy. Gonna have him on here at some point. Maybe today. I think he's at work. And yes, it is okay to be white. So guys, I am not going to have a video this afternoon because I was planning on doing this live stream. So I am working on the video for tomorrow, and it will be up tomorrow morning if you want to check that out. So basically the format I'm trying to get going here is one video in the morning and then one in the evening. It's been kind of hard to do that, so sometimes it's just been in the morning and sometimes in the evening. Just depends, but check out tomorrow morning to see this video I'm currently working on. My video for today is just going to be this live stream. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. So, what do you guys think about the media going after Trump now for the North Korea meeting? Like, you would think the media would be all about, you know, peace and trying to come to some sort of a resolution between the North Koreans and the South Koreans. But they hate Trump so much that they're literally trying to stifle the possibility of peace with North Korea. And I don't understand why they're, well, we all understand why they're doing it, because they just cannot let Trump get a win. And they're actually out there saying that that Trump is only doing this for a photo op in the first place, that he's kissing Kim Jong-un's butt and he loves Kim Jong-un so much. Oh my God, can you believe that Trump loves Kim Jong-un so much? I mean, like, can they not understand that Trump is just, you know, kissing up to Kim Jong-un to give him maybe some incentive to talk to us and listen? I mean, if Trump's a complete idiot and Obama is a genius, okay, according to these media people, what did Obama do in North Korea? He did nothing. He did absolutely nothing. How many missiles did Kim Jong-un fire during Obama's administration? How many times did we come to the brink of war with North Korea? A couple times. And you might remember there was a few instances where North Korea actually fired artillery that landed in South Korea. Okay? So that almost became that I was convinced back then that World War III was going to break out over that. But so if Trump's an idiot and Obama's a genius, then we're in some sort of like bizarro world, because Obama got nowhere and Trump is actually getting somewhere. I mean, they want to nitpick and say, oh, well, he's still working on his missile. Well, guess what? He hasn't fired any. He hasn't been talking all kinds of smack about incinerating the U.S. and war. He hasn't been doing any of that. He's been pretty quiet, actually. I think that's a good thing. But the media is never going to give him credit for anything, so let's do a little work on this video here real quick. She's sitting here talking about it, and then Sunny Hostin's like, I don't give no dams. Yeah, I wouldn't normally put you guys through this, you know, the view, because I understand it's terrible. But I have to do this real quick here. They are. You know what? Do you think it's going to hurt them at all? I always tell people this, and Rush Limbaugh talks about this a lot when he talks about, you know, you can go ahead and point out all the hypocrisy you want of the left. It won't matter because they... Oh, you're welcome, Randy. It won't matter because the media will never hold them to any standards, okay? So, all right, they're hypocrites, okay? Everybody knows it, but what... is there any blowback? Does it hurt them in any way? No, because... there's no, you know, Saturday Night Live doesn't get on and start mocking Democrats' policy positions and stuff to make them seem stupid. You know, they're doing that to the opposition. So you know, it doesn't really matter if Democrats are the party of late-term abortions and infanticide, because the media will never portray Democrats in a negative light over that position. In fact, much more likely to demonize the right as, you know, being against abortion, against women's rights, which I never understood why the Republicans don't come out and say, you know what, these babies that you're aborting, these late-term abortions of these babies with beating hearts that are fully formed humans, some of those are women, or they're girls, but those are going to be women. And what about their rights? That's what I always ask. I don't understand why that isn't brought up more often, especially by the Republicans. It makes no sense to me. But yeah, and I still have not heard from Hayden, so he must be busy. I guess we're probably not going to do it today. I'm hoping we'll try again for Thursday. It's been hard to try and get him on just because he's got a lot going on. LiveLeak, the guy who owns LiveLeak, Hayden Hewitt, who was supposed to be on here today, or I'm sorry, the founder of LiveLeak, rather. He is starting a couple new ventures, a whole network that's going to be internet radio, podcasters, videos, that whole thing. He's going to be launching that here pretty soon. I can't remember what he called it. I can't remember right now. Oh, the Sinister Project, I believe is what they're calling it, which I think is perfectly, it's very good fitting. Because if you look at LiveLeak is like the dark web version of YouTube. You know, it's very, you know, there's a lot of kind of unsavory things there, but pretty much anything goes there. It's the Wild West. It's freedom. And so I'm glad to hear that he's doing something like that, because we need it. Yeah, you know, LiveLeak, as many of you know, I was a big, I'll pat my own back a little bit here, a bit of a prolific poster on LiveLeak there for, right, you know, when it was launched, and for several years after that during the Iraq War. I was known for war videos, Iraq and Afghanistan war videos. I would point you guys to that channel. He's still Augrish. I was a big poster on Augrish as well, on the forums rather. My name on there was Bahamut, or Bahamut X, I believe was my name on there, if anybody remembers those days. But yeah, I would send you over to LiveLeak to look at all my old war videos, but they're all gone, every one of them. Yeah, all my videos are. I always saw LiveLeak. I thought, you know, I'm not uploading any more there, but it will always be a sort of library history of the Iraq War and Afghanistan War, and people will be able to go there and see all this footage and video that they never were shown in the media. But no, it's all gone, and I've never really gotten a straight answer of why that is. I'm not sure if you know, they went through and just deleted a bunch of old videos to free up space, or if, you know, that LiveLeak did get a couple bad hacker attacks, so it's possible they lost it then. I think that might have been why, but I don't know, and it's kind of sad. I never got a chance to download all that stuff. I do have a bunch of it still stored on DVD, but not all of it. And guys, I know I'm like a broken record. I know you hear it from me all the time. Please don't think less of me because I'm essentially begging for money here. But since YouTube demonetized me, I'm not making anything on any of the work that I do all day long on this stuff. So I desperately need supporters on Patreon and through PayPal if you don't want to use Patreon. I know so many of you guys hate Patreon. You don't trust it. And I agree with you. I'm with you. They are just as bad as YouTube and the rest of them. And if I got big enough, they'd probably smack me down as well. But right now, that's my only option. I've tried to get on Subscribestar, which many of you suggested. They still have not. Approved my account. This is my account right now on Subscribestar. Please be aware, due to extremely high volume of recently submitted profiles, the approval will take longer than usual. Yeah, really long. I set this account up a month or more than a month ago now, and it's still sitting there. So if you guys want to support me, please do so on Patreon or on PayPal. I desperately need your support, and I will say that my subscribers are the best because I've had so many of you donate and subscribe to me on Patreon. And beyond that, so many of you guys have just reached out, you know, just to be a friend, just to give me encouragement and motivate me. And I really appreciate that as well, just to let you know. But yeah, moving on here. Let's see what I can do with this. So, you know, I don't even know what video I'm showing right now. Oh, okay, there we go. Older videos on L still being coded after the big change. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's Graham. Okay, hey, buddy. So, yeah, Graham here, he's with Hayden, actually. He's a friend of his. I believe he is on Trigger Warning as well. He's one of the studio guys. Real nice guy. I love his, he does some entertaining tweets. I enjoy him. Thanks, man. And I understand a lot of you guys don't have money. You know, I understand. And, you know, if you can't support me through PayPal or through Patreon, just keep showing up. Like my posts, share my posts. I really appreciate that as well. Hey, Graham, do you know if Hayden's, if he's going to be here, buddy? Well, that would be pretty cool if Trump won the Nobel Peace Prize, if he ends up securing peace on the North Korean peninsula, because, I mean, they hand those things out for nothing. Obama got one, literally did nothing. Obama did nothing. He's a mixed race guy who got elected, so he got a Nobel Peace Prize. It's just hilarious to me that they just assumed he was going to be some, like, you know, big peacenik. What did he do? Got us involved in several new wars. Hey, Graham, if he's not able to be here, I completely understand. I understand he's a very busy guy. So we'll just try and set it up again if he's not here, and we'll do it another time, Thursday or Tuesday. All right, I gotta get some more of my video here. Yeah, I had planned on uploading this today, but just because of oh, that's right, I already did all mine. See, I already went ahead and did a lot of my own video here, so you don't have to watch me do that again. Yeah, guys, I mean, this stuff, people always say, oh, go get a job, go get a job. Well, I had a good paying job. Very good one. I quit it on my own so I could do my own business, and so that's why I'm here. And I can't back down now just because YouTube demonetized me. I got to keep trying, you know, so... let's see. So these guys are going to go up here now. I'm actually probably going to finish this video here fairly quickly. So what do you guys think about Bernie talking about the Venezuelan dictator, Maduro? Is that how you pronounce his name? Maduro? Is that correct? But he won't, Bernie Sanders will not call him a dictator. And he actually said, and surprisingly, he got pressed on this by Jake Tapper. Or I'm sorry, it was Wolf Blitzer, not Jake Tapper. Pressed Bernie Sanders on why he hasn't denounced him or called him a dictator. And he said, oh, because there's still democratic actions going on in Venezuela. Basically stating that, oh, yeah, okay, so, yeah, he's detaining journalists, and yeah, he's starving and killing his own people. But there's still something going on there that resembles democracy. So it's kind of insane. And yet another reason why I would never in a million years support Bernie Sanders. Yeah, really. Here, and I'll show you guys that clip here real quick. And yeah, I don't know if you guys saw this, but George Ramos actually was arrested and detained by the dictator in Venezuela. And if you're not as familiar with who George Ramos is, he is an outspoken illegal immigration activist. Yeah, he calls himself a journalist, but also an activist, and that's where our media is at this point too. They can't tell the difference between the two. Oh, really? Oh, man, I hope everything's okay with Hayden. Just, Graham, just let me know, man, when you can. I'm just out of pure concern for Hayden. I don't really care about the show. Not a big deal. So, yeah, guys, it looks like Hayden's not going to be here, but he will be here some point. So, keep checking back for that. Yeah, I want to show you guys this Bernie clip. So if Bernie Sanders gets elected, just and I'm going to talk about this in my video for tomorrow. If you guys check it out, I talk a lot about how the liberals and the left rationalize their actions, and that's one of the things that I think makes them extremely dangerous, because it doesn't seem to matter what it is. Killing a baby that's been born, why not? It's for abortion rights, rationalized. So, you know, these people make me nervous. And here, Bernie Sanders, just look at that face. Look at his face. Look at that. That's a man who is now defending a dictator, okay? Because in his mind, there's still democratic actions going on. So Bernie Sanders gets elected, decides to imprison and detain all dissidents against climate change, or I should say rather man-made climate change, and rationalizes that as, hey, look, this is like World War II. The world's going to end in 12 years. These people are hindering our efforts. We got to put them away. But there's still democratic actions going on. We're still voting on policies. We're still voting on laws, so it's okay. These people make me freaking nervous. I don't know. I really don't understand how anybody could vote for Bernie Sanders. The guy's, what, 90 years old or something? Jesus. Okay, and? Yeah, absolutely. That's why we had the Muslim ban from certain countries, okay? Because there's something wrong with Islam, all right? Guys, let me know if I'm coming in too loud and pinging. My levels look like they're pinging, but yeah, I mean, and why is that Trump's fault? Trump has been pretty open about the fact that Islam oppresses women, and that's one of the reasons we don't want certain Muslims from certain countries coming to this country. You can't hear Bernie's sound. Let me fix that, and I'll redo it here. I got to kick it back, guys, because there's no sound apparently. And I can fix that right now, as I know exactly why. There we go. All right, here, listen to this.
So I find it interesting that Trump is kind of selective as to where he is concerned about democracy. My record is to be concerned about democracy all over the world.
Whoops, that was the end. Sorry.
Why have you, Senator, why have you stopped short of calling Maduro of Venezuela a dictator?
Well, I think it's fair to say that the last election was undemocratic. But there are still democratic operations taking place in that.
Hey, thanks, Jose Lara. I really appreciate it, buddy. Really, really appreciate it. You are among many others who are making it possible for me to continue doing this, and I thank you for it. I hope that I can make you proud. I promise you I will be working very hard to continue improving this show and making it better, or this channel.
Country. The point is, what I am calling for right now is internationally supervised.
Thanks, Drew. I appreciate it, buddy.
And I do find it interesting that Trump is very concerned about what goes on in Venezuela. But what about the last election that took place in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, Trump has nothing to do with that election. So, not real sure why Bernie Sanders would try and pin that on Trump.
Oh, there wasn't any election in Saudi Arabia. Oh, women are treated as third-class citizens.
And also, does anybody deny that the leaders of Saudi Arabia are dictators? I don't think that they do. And hey, I'll be the first to say I think our relationship with Saudi Arabia should be different. But look, it's the money. Do we want Saudi Arabia to be our ally or our enemy? I mean, that's really what that comes down to. Okay, so I mean, even at least as their ally, even though they still may be our enemy. What's the old axiom that you keep your friends close, you keep your enemies even closer? And I think that's probably what our relationship with Saudi Arabia is all about. But I just think it's cheesy as hell that Bernie Sanders would try and tar Trump with Saudi Arabia's elections just because he's calling out the dictator in Venezuela. Bernie Sanders and the left are butthurt about that because it's another socialist country that's crumbling.
So I find it interesting that Trump is kind of selective.
Yes, it is a monarchy, Steve. Yeah, that's correct. But I mean, monarchy is a dictatorship, essentially, is it not? It's one. I mean, I guess it depends if it's like a fake monarchy like they have in England, or, you know, more an actual working monarchy like in Saudi Arabia. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what the definitions are or how they differ, but it seems a lot like dictatorship to me.
As to where he is concerned about democracy. My record is to be concerned about democracy all over the world.
Right, except for Venezuela, where you won't call the leader. Well, you won't call the leader of Venezuela a dictator. Yeah, except for that. I just got a haircut too, if you didn't notice. I need to find a stylist that can cut my hair the same every time. Every time I go to get my hair cut, I'm like, don't get it too short. I want to keep it a little long. And I don't know what it is. It always ends up super short like this. So let's see here. I need another clip. Away from the fact that we're talking about killing born babies here. People without the filter of Hollywood, the media, and academia. And you'll see what I mean here as I hate it when it does that. Hollywood, the media, and academia. You'll see what I mean. And I did too much. I knew it. I knew it. That did it. Yeah. And you'll see what I mean here. Yeah, that'll work. Hey, thank you to all of you who have just recently donated to me. I appreciate it. My buddy Drew. Drew Day. I assume that's my friend Drew, correct? And Jose. I appreciate it, buddy. I have a lot. And you know, that's something interesting that I've been meaning to point out. A lot of the people that support me with money, who donate to me and subscribe to me on Patreon, these seem to be Hispanic people. I can't tell you. I would say even a majority of them are Hispanic names. So that tells you something. It's not, you know, the people who want to build a wall, the people who want to secure our border, and these kind of things, they're not racist. It's literally about the sovereignty of this country. And I, for one, it's not a racial thing, but I don't necessarily want people from South America and these failed nations flooding into this country and then being sold all of this stuff from the Democrats. Oh, we're going to give you benefits and welfares, and we're going to give you money. We're going to do, because these people are coming from countries where those systems failed, and so then they're going to come here by the bajillions until they're making policy. And guess what? There's going to be the same policies. It's going to be the same policies as what destroyed those countries, and I don't want that. Okay, and I think that's a big reason that Democrats really want. They want to basically replace people of this country with, and I want to say ignorant people. They're not stupid people. Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that they're maybe just more easily fooled by the Democrats. Maybe they're not as easily able to see through their BS, and so they're going to be easier to manipulate. And I think that's really what they want. They want people that are more malleable, easier to get to do what you want them to do. Hey, thanks, Mexico, man. I appreciate it. You don't have to. Yeah, I know Drew's not Hispanic, but you don't have to support me with money. You know, if you guys just share my videos, like my videos, share my channel. If you could do that, I appreciate that as well. Let's see here. We're talking about killing born babies here. All right, so I gotta get my script out here just because I don't remember. Where am I? Okay. All right, so we're on the view portion now. Stream of. Oh, I think I might have messed this up a little bit. And on top of that, they will have the full support, the morality of any Harris poll that shows that 80%. Okay, there's the problem. So that's actually supposed to be split up.
Platform you're going to have, because when you're talking about children and you're talking about being pro-life, this is well out of the mainstream of Is this the platform you're going to have? Because when you're talking about children and you're talking about being pro-life, this is well out of the mainstream of where Americans are at. And when I hear AOC saying that, I actually think Cory Booker, Kristen Gillibrand, Kamala Harris, all of these people, they are answering her. I believe AOC is the leader of the party. And if you think that is how you win back the White House, I'm here to tell you, I spent a lot of time in red states. I'm from a red state. That is a losing argument.
I need to push back on that.
Where's the poll?
If Democrats want to win an election going forward, are you going to be the party of late-term abortion, the party of infanticide? Let me finish, please. Are you going? Is this the platform you're going to have? Because when you're talking about children, they are.
I could have sworn she talked
started
about
with Governor Northam. Now this, you're talking about children and you're talking about being pro-life.
1 second, guys. I gotta
is an example when we're talking about people having children and where just how extreme the left has gone. This is an example of that. And by the way, according to a Marxist poll, 80% of Americans.
I love that she calls it a Marxist poll. It's a Marist poll.
And by the way, according to a Marxist poll. This is an example of that. And by the way, according to a Marxist poll, 80% of Americans support abortion being limited to the first 3 months of pregnancy. So if Democrats want to win an election going forward, are you going to be the party of late-term abortion?
Okay, so I got that in there. That's pretty much what I wanted. Yeah, you guys see how I have to do these videos now. And I'm not even sure if this is gonna get me my monetization back. Probably doing these topics is not gonna help me, but you can only have like a few seconds of footage and then a lot more of me. That's the only way I can do it, I think.
To a Marxist poll, 80% of Americans.
All right, so
support abortion being limited to the first 3 months of pregnancy. So if
Hayden mentions a Marist poll that shows.
So if limited to the first 3 months of pregnancy. So months of pregnancy. Being limited to the first 3 months of pregnancy.
Boom.
Months of pregnancy.
McCain mentions a Marist poll that shows that 80% of Americans do support limiting abortion to. Hey, Hayden, what's up, buddy? Well, Hayden, if you still want to talk, we can still do it, or we can just try again on Thursday or next Tuesday. It's up to you, man. I know that you got your show coming up here pretty soon, but if you'd like to still talk, I can give you a call. You're showing up in my stream here. Hold on, man. Let me move you over here. No, it's not gonna. Okay, well, yeah. Let's. I'm gonna get Hayden on here. Might as well, for a little bit. Yeah, I got you, Hayden. 1 second. One second. I actually have to fix this on the fly because I'm not really sure why I have to. So Skype is, or not Skype, OBS is kind of weird. Oh, no camera? Okay. All right. 1 second. All right. So I'm going to give Hayden the call here. See what he's up to. Probably should get that off there. I don't even know how to make a freaking call on Skype. Oh, here we go. Hayden. You there, buddy? I don't hear him. 1 second, guys. I'm trying to figure this out. Maybe it's my, hold on. My settings may be... Give me just a second here. See where, if I have to set my output settings. Sorry guys, I'm a bit unprepared here. I didn't think of this. 1 second, I think this is it. Speakers. No, it is the correct speaker, so I don't know why I'm not hearing you. I'm not coming through? 1 second. I don't hear you, though. There, do you hear me now, Hayden? Hayden, do you hear me? Sorry guys, I'm just trying to figure this out. It should be working. I have the correct mic up, and I just don't hear you for some reason. Second, we might just have to do this another time, because I don't know why I can't hear him. All the settings are right, so... Audio and video settings. Microphone is coming through, and Jabra headphones, that's correct. Let me try something here. Hey, say something, Hayden. Oh, I hear you through my headphones. Alright, well, I guess I'm just gonna do a headphone thing here. Hayden, you there? 1 second, let me try this. You hear me now, Hayden? Hello? Hayden, I can hear you now. Yeah, I hear you. Okay, 1 second. Oh, do you hear me now? Yeah, I'm not really sure. Oh, really? Jesus. 1 second. Give me 1 second here. How about now? Do you hear me now? Hello? Anything? Okay, well, if you can hear what I'm saying, I'm not really sure why that is, but... Well, yeah, I told everybody a little bit about, you know... Hello? You hear me? Hello? Okay. Alright, so... I was just telling everybody just about the fact that you're, you know, you got trigger warning up. You're starting a couple other little ventures, which I'm not sure if you wanted me to talk about just yet. Well, so I guess just tell us a little bit. So let me just give a quick introduction. Hayden, I met Hayden on liveleak.com. We've known each other for years, ever since LiveLeak went up. And we talk from time to time. He's been real supportive of me since YouTube demonetized my channel. And yeah. So Hayden, just all right, well, let's just this is a complete disaster, so let's just try and do this another time. Yeah. Yeah, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and move on from that. We'll get him back here another time, either next week or Thursday. Yeah, Joppa, I got you, bro. It's did not go quite the way I wanted. So, oh well, it's all right. So we'll just go back to what we were doing before. Yeah, guys. Well, it kind of threw me off because we were supposed to go earlier, and then he couldn't hear me, and I'm not really sure why. We're gonna have to get together before the next time we try this and get everything working. So, like I was telling you guys, Hayden does have a YouTube channel called Trigger Warning. He does a daily show, which I believe he's going to be doing today, unless they've canceled that for today. But I highly recommend you check it out. Hayden is a master at what he does. Guy's got the perfect voice for radio, and he's got a lot to say. He's a funny dude. It's that kind of dry, British humor, but it's still funny. Yes, Trigger Warning TV. I highly recommend it. Definitely worth checking out. On YouTube, they have a lot more of a following, I think, on Facebook and on LiveLeak than on YouTube. Obviously, Hayden's always been kind of anti-YouTube. It's just who he is, and LiveLeak is, like I said, it's almost like the dark web version of YouTube. So, but he is trying to get some subs up on his YouTube channel, and he definitely deserves it. I watch Louder with Crowder every week and a couple other online shows, and I think that Trigger Warning TV is definitely up there. I think it's funnier than Louder with Crowder. Yeah, DJ Wood, Louder with Crowder, if you've never seen that. Ben Shapiro does a daily show on the Daily Wire. Highly recommend it. It's good. Yeah, guys, and like I said, I'm not going to have a video tonight because I'm sitting here working on it now, but it'll be up tomorrow morning. Check it out. It'll be a good one. And if you haven't done it yet and you want to support me, since I'm not monetized anymore, there you go. I will be trying to remonetize on March 7th, and I'll let you all know how that goes. I have a pretty good feeling they're not going to remonetize me, but it's worth a shot, right?
First 3 months of pregnancy.
McCain mentions a Marist poll that shows that 80% of Americans do. So I got to drop the poll in there. Do a little poll dropping. Yeah, guys, I really apologize for the interview fail. That did not go well. Yeah, so Steven Crowder and Louder with Crowder. Love the show. I can't always explain why, because it's really not that funny. He's got some funny moments. Drew, no, they never... Well... Yeah, Black Pill's a good one. So they said that it was not a copyright issue, that it was a reuse issue, and they're saying that they have new rules for reuse, which basically obviously means reusing video that you did not create yourself. And being that I am a media critic and a media commentator, I got to use media clips. So... So yeah, obviously I'm going to fall within that. So that's why I started doing this. And I figure, if most of the video is me talking and pointing out things and giving commentary, and then I just use little snippets of the clip within that video, I should be okay. But I don't know. I don't know that. It just seems to me like it's just a vague rule that they can use to shut down channels that they don't want around. And it happened literally during the State of the Union. Okay, tell me that's not like they're not trying to say something with that. Like, what are the odds that they're going to shut me down right during the State of the Union while I was streaming it? They were sending a message. It shows that 80% of Americans do a Marist poll that shows that McCain mentions a Marist poll that shows that 80% of Americans do support limiting abortion to just the first trimester and rare instances of rape. And I got that face. The problem is, when does the media or academia or Hollywood ever talk about these polls? Alright. The fact that we're talking... Alright, and I'm going to get another view clip here.
Argument.
I need to push back on that. only because...
Thank you very much,
yeah,
ma'am.
Yeah. I need to push
Did
back
she just
on
call
that.
them fam?
Ben Sass, born alive abortion.
Did she just say thanks, fam? Listen.
That. Only because...
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yeah. I need to push back on that.
On the Ben Sass, born alive abortion survivor.
Yeah.
I thought you were pro-life like me.
I am. And that's why I need to push back on it, because I think...
So you think a baby born from a botched abortion should be put down like a dog or a cat?
This is why I need to push back on it. This is why I need to push back.
It's infanticide.
Because the...
Yeah, it is infanticide. If a baby's born... Yeah. I mean, if the baby is born, then what are we even talking about here? If you end the life of a baby that's born, that's murder. I don't know how you can call it anything else. Let's see. Luckily, I already put all the videos together here, so it should be fairly easy to plop everything together.
This is why I need to push back on it. This is why I need to push back.
It's infanticide.
What is Sunny Hostin even saying here? That because she claims it's rare, that in those rare occurrences, it's okay to kill a baby that's been born into the world? You might also notice that when Sunny is providing this spin that... Let's see, I want to shrink that, bring it over here. I can slow it down. The world. You might also notice that when Sunny is providing this spin that she's looking down at the table most of the time. She barely looks up at McCain at all during the entire exchange. Yeah, it's kind of hard to look at somebody in the face when you're rationalizing the entire exchange. Yeah, it's kind of hard to look at somebody in the face. All right, I gotta shorten that a little bit, or extend it, I mean, because you can... Yeah, it's kind of hard to look at somebody in the exchange. Yeah, it's kind of hard to look at... Yeah, it's kind of hard to look at... There we go. What do you guys think of my jump cuts lately? Yeah, I love Mark Dice. He's a good guy. I've been following Mark Dice since he was on Fox forever ago when I was in the Air Force in the early 2000s. And I always loved his man on the street interviews. The guy flourishes when he's doing those man on the street interviews. They're hilarious. Like, I don't know if any of you saw the Pokemon. When Pokemon Go was big, he was going around interviewing dudes on the beach who were sitting there playing Pokemon Go, but were ignoring all the beautiful babes in bikinis. You're probably not hearing the feed skip, Karina. You're probably hearing me edit the video, which I'll lower the volume on so it sounds different, but that's probably what you're hearing. You're hearing me edit. Like that. You're hearing that? See? Let's see here. Kane probably should have just let her finish without interrupting, but I can understand. All right, and here we go for more clippage.
Would be left to die on a table.
Is she going to be able to tell her
something that's so extremely rare that it basically never happens.
It's not rare, in fact.
Because my sister-in-law is an OBGYN and also Catholic, so it's something that we talk about a lot.
So even though it's rare...
Oh, that just cracks me up. Well, it's rare. It's rare, so that makes killing a baby that's been born okay, apparently. And she has anecdotal evidence to present. And does the audio sound funny? Like when I'm talking here? Let me make sure my me make sure my mic didn't get changed. No, it should still be good. Hayden, yeah. So is it okay? So Hayden, yeah, I can definitely see that about Mark Dice. I mean, the guy is a troll. I mean, let's not sugarcoat what Mark Dice is. He is a troll, you know. And I mean, he does have a legitimate point, also. Yeah, but I do find him being kind of lowbrow sometimes. Well, it might be dead air because I just stopped talking. I haven't gotten quite good at constantly talking because as soon as I start working on the video here, you know, I get kind of focused on that. At aside.
Is she going to be able to tell her something that's so extremely rare that it basically never happens?
It's so rare, it basically never happens. I mean, isn't that what they say about, like, so many different things, but yet when they're trying to rationalize killing a baby, it's okay. Yeah, yeah, see, I can see a guy like Mark Dice not being able to easily get along with you, Hayden, at first anyway, but I think if you guys got to know each other, you'd be, like, the best of friends because he's... I mean, basically the same thing as you, into all the same stuff. He's just pretty lockstep Republican, you know, whereas you're kind of fluid on that. You're not really, I would say, if I had to guess, I could never guess your political leanings. You definitely lean left, but you have a lot of right-leaning points of view as well.
It's not rare, in fact.
Because my sister-in-law is an OBGYN and also Catholic, so it's something that we talk about a lot.
Oh, my God. Sonny, you know what's not safe for a newborn? Being aborted, or being left to starve to death after being born. Those two things are as far away from... So yeah, this is an abortion. You're politofluid. and also, hey, yeah, you see me here doing an abortion video. I'm not a person that's typically very outspoken about abortion. But this particular issue is about a bill that didn't pass that basically just said if a baby is born after an attempted abortion, but the baby is born alive, that you then have to give it medical care and so it'll live. But Democrats think that you should just be able to let the baby die. And so that's what this is all about right now. So that's why I'm getting in on this, because to me this is an open and shut case, you know. You're murdering a baby at that point. That's wrong. There's not really... I don't see how there can be any discussion. The fact that they're even debating this is weird. The fact that she would even use that argument shows that she's really struggling and reaching to defend her position. Yeah, Joy, I would have ended the segment too. You were not looking good. Ultimately, the bill failed. If the baby can survive, it needs to be given medical care so that it can survive. That you have to, at least that's what the bill said, that you had to try and save its life because it was born alive. I mean, it's a human being with rights. But there is a silver lining. This is just another layer of veneer that's been peeled away. Yeah, Joy, I would have ended the segment. So, I'm just going to skip to the end here.
Strategy to pay...
Thank you. That doctor should medical care for an aborted child who survived.
I think,
that doctor
of a larger
should be punished.
Strategy to pay...
Thank you. That doctor should be punished.
By the way, this is also...
It would be nice also if the Republicans cared about children after they were born. We have to go. We have to go. We'll be right back.
Yeah, you gotta go. No, that's not going really well for you guys. It's like they're sitting there defending killing a baby. It's like, yeah, you're not gonna look good. Well, Hayden, my view of this goes something like this. So the left, it seems like the more and more power the left gets, the more they use that power as, you know, to be to oppress people and to be tyrannical. And a good example of this would be the tech giants. Okay, the tech giants have all this power over the flow of information. They can bring views they like to the forefront while pushing views they don't like to the rear. Okay, that's a lot of power. You give it to these left wingers. What do they do with it? I'm not saying right wingers wouldn't do the same. I mean, we probably have the same problem there with the religious right, but we don't have that problem right now. It's a problem with the left. And so they rationalize censoring people and being tyrants, you know, and they rationalize that saying, oh, well, we're just we're trying to make the internet a better place. We're trying to bring the good ideas to the forefront. It's the same thing with this. They're just rationalizing it because they think abortion rights trump everything. And so they're willing to rationalize killing an unborn baby in defense of abortion overall. Or I'm sorry, killing a born baby. Yeah, I agree with the horseshoe theory on that as well. Yeah, and like modus operandi just said, the Hippocratic Oath, what happened to that? Shall do no harm. Like, that's something I've never understood either. That baby is a separate entity. It is a separate human life. If you are ending that life, you're doing harm. So that makes me wonder if, you know, modern doctors that we have today, if they're actually, you know, legitimate doctors. Okay, and this will wrap up the video, I think. Whoa, shit. Hey guys, I appreciate you all coming today. Sorry it didn't Joy, I would have ended the segment too. Sorry it didn't quite pan out the way I planned. I will probably have a show Thursday as well. We'll try to get some people on that for that. Maybe Hayden again. Probably SJG Perspective, the guy I introduced you guys to earlier. Yep, I gotta bail too, guys. But I appreciate y'all coming. Appreciate y'all watching. You guys are awesome. You're very supportive and just great followers. I really appreciate it. And like I said, you can get this video tomorrow. So check for that early. As soon as you get up, I should have it published at like 7 a.m. Eastern. And keep coming back. I appreciate it.